Hey guys, it's welcome to Shaggy's Consulting and Training Group. We're over in Terre Haute, Indiana. You guys, a lot of people see us on Facebook because we do a lot in a group called Shaggy's Consulting and Training Group on Facebook. And it's really crazy because we've been in the industry for about, I don't know, 14 years. We opened up a trucking company and ran it for a really long time. We've done a lot of dispatching too, like the dispatching service. We still do it, but we've done a dispatching service for a really long time. And like a year ago, years ago, I started seeing all the problems in the industry with people getting into trucking, not knowing what they're doing, jumping in. It's been a huge problem. Like even back in 2008 when I started in the industry, man, I thought $1.40, $1.60 was freaking awesome. And when we grew to 22 trucks in our first 15 months, it was crazy. It was just so fast and so wild, and we had so many problems, and we just hit so many different things that I always wish I had help. And then after about 2 years in it, getting up to about 22 trucks, it seems like all the time I always ran into more and more people that needed help. And and then in 2010, whenever we started our Shaggy's Express and doing consulting and dispatching and stuff like that, I started learning more and more about the phone's blowing up, people that need help. And we started doing consulting and training. And about 2000 last year, it's been about a year and a half now. Me and my partner Matt Cloudfather opened up our training over in Indiana. And it was a rush, man. We went to the Dallas Truck Show and talked to a lot of people and told people about what we're doing and how we're helping carriers start their businesses and get authorities going and learning dispatching and stuff. So we started doing these boot camps here in Brazil, Indiana. We ended up training over 550 people. It was nuts. It was a roller coaster. And the craziest part about a lot of it is we were doing it for free. And it was, and we had so many businesses going on at the same time. We were agents. We opened our own brokerage. We moved a lot of freight. And then we had the dispatching service going where we're running almost 20 to 30, 40, 50 trucks at any time, depending on the volume that we're coming in. And it was really crazy. And and as through all the dispatching we learned, we've seen so many of these people that are jumping into the industry because they think it's easy, or they just want to become a company owners or owner operators or get their authority, or and they jump in at different times. Like so many people jumped in 2 years ago when the rates were through the roof, but they don't understand how the cycles work. They don't understand about building products. They don't understand how to duplicate a product. They don't understand what drivers need to learn or what they need to know. They don't understand how to do safety compliance. It's true because there's so many guys going out of business so fast. They're going to these schools. They're going to these broker schools. They're doing this. They're doing that. Everybody wants to get rich quick, but nobody really wants to do the work. So we decided to start sharing the information and putting it out there, like recruiting and hiring and freight lanes and the maps and seasons and how they work and how they run and how freight chase is not the way to do it. Duplicate a product, build a pyramid and stay in that area, to build customers in that area, duplicate what you're doing, expand, learn different ways to make money. There's more than one. Stop being so stuck. How did you realize that you're going to open a trucking company? And how are you going to get freight? I mean, didn't you think about that in the process before you got started on what you were really going to do? Did you think that you're just going to go activate your authority and just fall out of the sky? Just like with a lot of these broker schools, I see all the broker schools all over the internet, and they make these fancy webinars where they set everything up. And I'm not saying any of those webinars are wrong or true or anything, but they don't explain the real stuff of what work's going to be involved after the fact of once you go active. When that first 21 days is over with and the real start happens, are you going to be ready? Are you going to know what you need to do? Are you going to know different outlets of making money? So that way, like how many guys start a trucking company and they spend all that money on the truck, all that money on the authority, and then that one truck blows up because you didn't buy it under warranty, or the warranty didn't cover the DEF system or whatever. And then now you don't even know what to do. Your whole family and stuff's on the line, and you put all that effort into your dream and it's all gone. That's not fair. There should be ways for people to do it. Like I talked to some big businesses the other day, and it blows me away that I'm not even going to say their names, but they put on 200 new carriers a month, and almost that many is going out of business right now. But when you look at their stuff, they're working on insurance help, fuel cards, how to do this, how to do that, but none of them are telling you how to form your business plan to go 2 years ahead and what you can do with it before you start. And I don't understand. I wish I knew that, man. I wish I knew how to put on owner operators and how to that I could go direct to customers. And if I was a one truck guy, I could find a customer and go get other carriers to help me because they're just as hungry as I am. And I wish I had somebody to tell me that instead of just putting a perfectly little projected program into a webinar and then having me pay buttloads of money to do it, or go learn for somebody that, it's just so much out there. So, I just getting on the chat. I don't get on YouTube very much. I'm mostly on Shaggy's Consulting and Training Group. We've been doing this for about 15 years. We've built up, in the referral world where you refer clients to people, we've built up a huge book of business where we do it. So we've been doing it a long time. We've helped hundreds and hundreds of carriers, probably thousands. And we have proof for it. We could show you the stuff. And, we've helped a lot of guys open their authorities. We've helped a lot of guys go in business. We've helped a lot of guys add on trucks. We've dispatched for a lot of guys. Me and my partner at Cap Logistics, we opened a brokerage and went through the heartaches of building credit. We learned that you can't manipulate the market if you wanted to until you have a score. We learned about how you just can't go and get a brokerage and start selling freight because you have to learn how to utilize the assets first and make them help you. We learned so much, and we're still doing it every day, and we wanted to share all that, so what we do now is we do one-on-ones in the office. We do training and we teach people how to do stuff. We help them get started. We show them how to just like with the dispatching services, everybody out there keeps teaching all these dispatching services and stuff. You see dispatch school after dispatch school after dispatch school, and they all say that same stuff. They all say the same things all the time. What if I was a trucking company? What do you have to offer me? Well, you can drive down the road. I charge you a percentage. I'm going to get you the best load possible out there. I'm going to dictate. Well, there's so much more involved in that. I mean, do you realize there's 80 some odd percent of new carriers are going out of business in 2 years? Why is that happening? I don't understand. We were at the Dallas Truck Show. I'm not going to stay on very long, but we're at the Dallas Truck Show. Dallas, right? Dallas Truck Show. Everybody in the building selling a service. Everybody in the Dallas Truck Show this last year is selling a service. They're all selling services. And just so you know, we were there and we walked around and we looked for other consulting firms that were at the Dallas Truck Show, the trucking event of the year, one of the big ones for owner operators and different people and stuff like that. And we walked around and we looked and we seen all these venues, insurance companies, factoring companies, compliance. Well, there wasn't too many compliance. OIDA was there. NASDAQ was there. There was a ton of people there. And then FMCSA gets up on the stage, and they have their panel and they talk about how many trucking companies are going out of business. And not one time did I hear them talk about learning to network, building relationships. Oh, don't freight chase. Stop chasing the market. Learn your numbers. Stay local. The times change. You need to make sure you know your bottom line that you have to have across the board. Stop getting excited and chasing dreams. Get away from being manipulated by brokers that are taking so much money because they're using the system. Learn how the load boards really work. They're not always your friend. They're more for research for you to get away from them. And all that other stuff. You don't see any of that stuff at those places. It's all with services. And then FMCSA says all these companies are going out of business. They have the numbers. And I don't understand. I have a problem with that. I did. So, me, Matt, and my whole team, we have a whole team of people from everybody from Evil Sizer processing. Sorry. Evil Sides and Associates, all the way to we work with DA, we work with DAT, we work with PFA, we work with a whole bunch of companies. We have a huge team that is helping us try to help people get to the next level, to start the trucking companies or fix the trucking companies or learn why they're not hitting the right revenue. Why not just starting a business? I don't want to help everybody start a business. I want them to understand that there's more ways to make money out there than just running it one way. You have to diversify. You have to, I mean, you got to make money more than one way. How can you get your authority and plan on draining everything out of that one truck? When did you get your authority? And so this is the whole thing. You get your authority, but you say you don't want to grow, but you got your authority and opened a trucking business. If you got your authority and you didn't want to do anything with it, why didn't you just stay leased on to the company that you were at before? It would have been cheaper, less work. There's hundreds of them out there. You'd definitely eventually find one you get along with, Hell, you got self-dispatching, you got non-dispatching. Hell, you got guys out there that do 8.5%, and you can still go run your company. If you work for those guys and you're self-dispatching and you allow them to tear up your safety score, is that their fault or yours? It's yours because you're not understanding the business. Learn the business. You're in the business. Utilize the business. I don't understand why everybody keeps shortcutting, half-assing, and this straight fucking not doing this stuff the right way. There's a system to it. You got to be compliant. You got to do safety. You have to have orientation. You have to do this. I mean, you think about it, when you hire on drivers, they could tell you they're king of the world and they shit golden turds, but it's still your fucking business. You still got to wipe backwards. You got to tell them how to wipe. You look at this out here. I mean, you're running a business. You took the opportunity to go to the next level. So why don't you learn it all before you start instead of just half-assing it? Like, why don't you learn all the different things to do in the next 2 years that you could do before you start? Like whenever you go get authority and your husband and wife or whoever was sitting there thinking about getting authority, when did in that mind say, I'm going to go spend all this money to get my authority or open, and then I'm going to go get a dispatching service to run it for me? Why'd you even do it? Why you need to stay leased on? So what we do at Shaggy's Consulting Training Group is we want to help each individual business not only perfect their business, but actually learn to do this stuff better. And that's why we do these boot camps that we're traveling around where you guys can come and sign up at shaggysexpress.com. And we want to take you into a timeline where we teach you dispatching terminology, how to keep stinking thinking and cancer and loser attitudes out of your business, and how to know how to build products and routes and lanes and go directly to customers. Like I believe if a trucking company starts, they should know everything about the trucking company, from leasing on drivers to adding owner operators to rates to lanes to maps, seasons to networking and canvassing and all this stuff before they ever start their brokerage or start their trucking company. And they should know how to go after customers and how the brokerage works. Everything that a broker's going through. Everybody thinks, just like on the broker side, how can you be a broker and start a brokerage without understanding the whole aspects of trucking? It's never going to happen. Stop paying these people for this stuff because you're not going to go out and do it. They're just taking your money. You have to. The brokerage isn't that hard. You can go on 15 videos just on this thing, and they'll tell you how to set it up. They'll tell you how to do it. They'll tell you about ThomasNet and Manta and all that stuff, and all the software sites, and Produce Market Guide, and all these places. And then you're going to go pay your bond to somebody, whether it's $4,000 or $6,000 through this company, or you have credit and you go through this company, but you still got to do the work. It's like a dispatching service. You can go to a dispatching school. They got them. I seen a guy for $74 for one day. He'll tell you everything, how to get clients. Well, yeah, it's easy. You go to Facebook media, social media, and all this other stuff. They got sites. You can go to FMCSA and pull their numbers. You make this pretty little fancy packet together that says, hi, I'm a dispatcher. You're going to pay me this. Please pay me when I'm done, and all that. But you still got to do the work. You still got to know how they run. You got to know how their operations work. How are you going? Otherwise, you're never going to get any clients. You got to learn how to sell them. You got to learn how to work with them. You got to learn how they move. You got to learn the feeling of having 10 or 15 trucks on your hands and going to sleep at night knowing that their livelihoods are in your hands. If you don't know that and you can't do that, or you don't understand that, then you're probably not going to ever get any clients, because if you have to, just like in dispatching, if you have to call them and ask them where they want something, more likely they probably should be doing it themselves. And you're just going to be working for free half the time anyway. So every part of the business has different aspects of what utilizes one for the next. And it's just like with brokering and trucking. If you don't learn dispatching, how are you ever going to broker? Dispatching is a huge part of it. Not just all that cheese dick setup stuff where you just go from A to Z. That's it. And then you go active when you're 21 days, and then you waste all the money on the contingency cargo if you even get it yet. You know what I mean? And then you're going to get on a phone call and call 100,000 people, and they're all going to ask you if you have trucks. Hopefully you get one. You know what I mean? But, you know, you can always go get the lumber and the mulch and the Christmas trees and all that stuff. But you're not going to know how to run trucks, so no one's going to haul it for you anyway. So by the time you do get somebody to haul that freight for you, somebody else has already moved it that actually knew how to move trucks. And then the whole thing about all of us being out here and not really building relationships and networking. We're in the right mind that anybody ever starts saying that relationships and networking is not important. Everything in trucking or in business, of any business at all, if you don't have relationships, partners, and networking, you're not going anywhere. That's why we have so much trouble surviving, because the bigger guys do have that network of people to support them. They do. They got TIA and this and that and everything else, the trucking associations and stuff. We don't have that. We're all a bunch of little guys out there. Not that we can't join it, but will we even utilize it if we had it, right? But anyways, so we travel around the United States doing boot camps, and then we also have our office here in Terre Haute, Indiana. And you can get a hold of us anytime. We'd love to help you with your business. If you're having trouble, just give us a call. Check it out. We've been doing this for a really long time. We just came out of the woodwork like 15 months ago. We trained 550 people in a 5-day class for free. And it's the nuttiest stuff I ever did. And I don't suggest anybody going out there and doing it for free. It's just not feasible. It's not possible. It's super, super hard. And you have to still provide a living for your family and you. And number one, if you do have the right information, I've learned it's not worth it. So we've trained 820 people or 830 people just in the last 15 months. It's really, really cool. And we do all 5 parts of the business personally ourselves right now. We have different parts, from dispatching to brokering to the trucking side. And we're building trucking companies right now. We're actually going to build one here live right on Facebook in our Facebook group and show you guys how it works in this next year, to give an idea how to take a truck from 3 trucks to 20 and show you as it goes. It's going to be really cool. So check us out at Shaggy's Consulting and Training Group on Facebook. We don't do a lot of YouTube. I just wanted to get on and, just introduce ourselves and just chat for a minute, talk about the industry. I don't understand, and stuff. But we're really excited about the venture. We're really excited about the industry. And I'm really excited about the opportunities for everybody to be able to still make money. It's a wonderful industry. There's 200 new authorities a day. You have the opportunity to open up a trucking company. Well, really, honestly, where can you go and be a broker or a carrier or investor or a dispatching service to become a broker or have the opportunity still to be able to make the money that's out here in this business? It's phenomenal. But if you don't do it right, how's it going to work? If you don't have safety programs and compliance and this program, that program, you don't have it all organized, you're going to have turnover, retention. You don't have any diversity. Think about it. People will pass through my video and you'll have 5, 10 company trucks right now, and the market's changed. And you started 2 years ago and you're just banging your head on the wall because you can't keep drivers. You don't understand where they're at. And all you want to do is invest in a business, but you went the equipment way instead of the other way. And you know what? There's just so much going on. There's company, right? My head's just exploding with so much information I want to put out. So give us a call. Let's talk. Let's fix your problems with your trucking company. Let's diversify. Let's show you what to. Let's help your company go after customers. Let's do all the stuff that you should really be doing, instead of let's stand on this one line where you're in trouble and you're running straight into the wall, and then you try to get some help and you turn this way and you run into another wall. It doesn't work that way. You can't keep borrowing off money you don't have. You can't keep adding on trucks and just to make that one little $1,000 or $700, and then you get 2 trucks sitting, and then you only have 1 truck paying for all, and you wonder why you're getting safety violations, and then your insurance goes through the roof. Not everybody can go out there and do some of the stuff some people do. So anyways, I'm just getting on a bit of Leighton. We have a show every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. at Shaggy's Consulting and Training Group. are on our page. And we have a nice panel of guests that come on. We have a Robert Cook. We have CTS. We have Evil Sizer. We have Frank Griffin, Frank Griffin. We have all kinds of special guests. We have Fleet Shield that comes on, and we give really cool information going on, that keep you aware of the business and what's happening. The real stuff, not this sugar-coated pretty boy stuff that everybody wants to make it all fancy and dandy, where you're going to open a brokerage and make $1 million your first year, 100,000, and everybody can do it, because it's not true. Everybody can't do it. It's hard. It's a lot of work. You can do all the programs you want, but the real work starts when 20 days in. There's stuff you won't even pick up until you get going. You need to network and build relationships and do so much other stuff. You got to know who you're going to haul for. Like I talked to a guy yesterday, and then I'll shut up and get off YouTube. I don't get on. I talked to a guy yesterday, and he's like, Shaggy, man, I started my trucking company 2 years ago or 3 years ago, and it was really, really good. I was booking loads like it was crazy. And I said, right? And I said, when you went active, did you just jump straight on the load boards and just start booking them? He said, yep. I said, did you build relationships or go after the best guy that pays the best all the time? He said, man, I just went after who pays the best all the time. And I said, oh, yeah? And I said, so you didn't build any relationships or get in any markets where you do the same stuff all the time and start working that area and build foundations with brokers and stuff like that. So that way, when times change, you would still have those brokers. And he's like, nope, I didn't do that. And I said, well, where are those brokers now? Do you even see them on the load boards? Nope. Why not? You think the freight's gone, but who's hauling for those guys? Do you think they just stopped losing? They all lost their freight? Nope. Then why don't you have relationships with them? Why didn't you build relationships with them and work with them? Why are you always freight chasing? Isn't freight chasing and wearing you out? Yep, it is. It was terrible. And so the relationships are very, very important with people. You have to do it. And I don't see anybody doing it at all. We can't even work with our own family anymore because everybody's so scared. Everybody's screwed. I mean, think about it. You go down a hiking trail, right? Like a trail in town where you go walk or ride your bike. Man, everybody's like this. They fight more harder to look away so you don't have to look at somebody. But we all want to be in business. We all think we can do it, but we can't build relationships. We all just hear me roar. I got an MBA and I want to go sell. Anyways, this is Shaggy's Consulting and Training Group. Man, I'm just jumping on. I've been on here a while. You guys have a great week. And if you guys need anything at all, check us out at Shaggy's Consulting and Training on group on Facebook or Shaggy's Consulting and Training page. Or you can check us out on Google, Shaggy's Consulting and Training Group on Google. We're on LinkedIn and everywhere. Just give us a shout out. Check us out. See what we're doing. We are a part of the Freedom to Learn movement, the freedom for us to be able to do whatever we want. We can never take that away. We have the freedom to do anything we want. It's the greatest thing about America.